Fine. Starter is going to be grumpy. Fuel in the carburetor, squirter squirting. This should fire if everything's hooked up. What's going on, YouTube? We're back in the shop and I'm gonna get some work done today. I actually have a lot that I want to get done today. But first, as you can see, the wife is screwing around with her fenders, which are clearly...
I'm fixing up my mistake.
I know, you covered it up before I even got to show anybody.
Yeah, good.
Whatever. But we got to get that stuff out of the way because the wagon needs to come over so I can get under the back end. We're going to do the fuel system on the car today so that hopefully that's done. I actually had, we'll come out here. Beep, 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 beep.
Wow.
Ooh, there's the sun. I have another fuel tank for the car. I picked this one up before I ever even had the wagon, just because it's a Chevy 2 tank, and I figured I was going to need one at some point with as many Chevy 2s as I've had over the years. Because the tank that's on the wagon, long before we started this project, I had noticed signs of what looked like leaking fuel. So we're going to yank the tank out of here. We'll take a look at it. We're probably going to replace the sending unit because this has a 6-cylinder sending unit which has a 5/16 pickup on it, and I've got a V8 sending unit for it that's got a 3/8 pickup on it, which is what we're going to need to properly fuel that motor if we ever do actually really wind it up. Anyway, now that she's started doing stuff, I don't know what we're going to do, but we got to get some stuff moved around so that I can start doing what I need to do.
Nope.
Yeah. As you can see up on jack stands, I already got the filler neck screws out, so that shouldn't hold me up, I don't think. Yeah, we should be able to drop that. Out of my way. These should be 9/16. Yep, a couple of bolts there. And the fuel line up here. So we'll get this dropped out of here. Disconnect the fuel line. Oh, I forgot, this is like new fuel line. I already did the fuel line on this once. That's right. Good, less fuel line I gotta deal with. Oh, but I did those double flares so it won't come off. That's cool. We'll go ahead and take it off the sending unit. Hopefully this is a quick, easy job and we don't run into any problems along the way. Oh. All right. No fuel on the face, please. Good. Should have been dry. I don't know how the wire disconnects from the sending unit. Okay. Well, that's annoying. Let's grab the, let's see if these will come loose. Victory. Well, let me figure out how that wire disconnects from the sending unit. I'll actually grab the new sending unit to look at it. But you can actually see, let me bring you in here, maybe. Right there, you can see how this is actually still a little bit wet. This is where I noticed fuel weeping out. Yeah, it even smells like gas. So this is the reason we're replacing this tank. I don't know where the leak's actually at because there's a coating on this tank. But somewhere the tank is leaking and it's running inside the coating to this spot where the coating has come off and leaking out of there. So we'll spend a couple of minutes. We'll get the rest of this disconnected, drop the tank down. Obviously got to figure out how that wire comes off the sending unit. The fuel neck should just disconnect. Should. Well, hopefully. This actually doesn't, this looks like someone else has already put this tank in not that long ago, because these rubber hoses and hose clamps are definitely not original. They're way too good a condition. And I did not do the fuel neck on this. Okay. The little vent hose is rotted off, but that's fine. There we go. The fuel fill neck. Don't lose this piece. They're kind of hard to come by. I do think they remake them for this body, but that piece, you don't want to lose that one. If you're restoring your car, put that in a safe spot because you'll want it. Anyway, yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes. Let me get this the rest of the way down. It's free. Here's the main reason is at a glance on the outside, most of this tank looks good, but if you look right here, you can see that there is an excessive amount of rust showing here, which means if it's showing there, it's probably riddled with rust inside. To include the sending unit's got a bunch of rust on it here. The wire is just a snap-on. Fair warning, they snap on a little on the tight side. When it came loose, I smashed my finger on the diff, and now I'm gonna bleed everywhere. But you know, that is what it is. On the other hand, hey, what do you got going on over here?
I'm giving my hood a faux hawk.
A faux hawk? Where did this hood come from?
Good old fashioned Facebook Marketplace, but actually it came out of Lawton. So my fenders and my hood, I got a whole front clip from a seller on Lawton because he had a 65 El Camino. And
no, it was a Chevelle.
Oh, it was. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No, you're right. It wasn't El Camino.
Yeah, thank you.
Forgive me. It wasn't El Camino. You're right.
So he has a 65 El Camino. Well, the hood, the fenders, the front clip, everything was for a 64. And between the 64 and the 65, the Chevelle, the El Camino, they made complete differences. So they didn't fit correctly, and he was like, all right, well, taking it off, getting rid of it. So well, actually, thank you, Dad. My dad actually found it on Facebook Marketplace, sent it to me, and we picked up a brand new front clip, my fenders that I painted, my hood, everything. So, and obviously, if you guys have seen my car, there's a lot of Bondo that's going on, and I really did not want to deal with it whatsoever, but thank goodness there was a couple minor things that we had to fill and sand and stuff like that, but I got a full front clip, and it's gonna be beautiful. So my front will be beautiful, my back won't be.
I don't know about beautiful, but
it's beautiful.
It's gonna have a high quality
rattle can
racetrack worthy paint job. From the grandstands, it'll look good.
It's gonna look like I spent money.
It'll look good from the grandstands.
But when you get close to it,
Well, let's just stay at least 50 feet away.
Yeah.
It'll be a solid 50-footer.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what we got going on over here. I need to, the new tank, see, we'll get that, grab that, and we're gonna slam that back up underneath after we put the new sending unit in it, which is supposed to be the right one for a V8. We'll see. According to Summit, it's the right one for a Chevy 2 with a V8 in it. It definitely has a larger pickup.
At least it's not for my dude.
So the pickup, as you can see, the difference, maybe, hold on, let me adjust the camera. There we go. If you look, you can clearly see the size difference in the pickup on the sending unit. That ultimately will make a big difference in how much fuel can be delivered to the motor when it's demanding a good bit of fuel. So everything's being set up with the 3/8, getting rid of all the 5/16 stuff. I think the sending unit's actually the last thing left that was still 5/16. But we'll get that done, get the new tank slammed up under there, and then start looking at running fuel lines.
Hey, I'm very proud of myself over here, mister.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've never done paint before. I've never done anything like this before. And I'm doing it myself.
It's a rattle can. You paint your nails all the time.
That
takes more effort.
You put more paintbrush.
You put more effort into your nails on a weekly basis. You should be an expert painter.
This is for my job.
And on that note,
what you doing down here?
well, you know, putting on the hose clamp that I forgot. But the new tank is in. The fuel neck is in. The new sending unit's in. I did have to use the retaining ring from the old tank because the new, by new I mean used, second-hand tank didn't have the retaining ring. But, you know, no big deal. But we're almost there, and then we can start doing fuel lines. Once it's got fuel lines, we should hopefully be able to run this off of its own fuel system.
Yeah, no MacGyver?
No MacGyver. I was surprised it took as long as it did for someone to make a comment about the clickety-clackety pump that I MacGyvered.
Did you MacGyver something?
Well, it's not exactly MacGyver. Well, it's definitely MacGyver. I've got a clickety-clackety fuel pump. It is definitely not a submersible pump. And it did appear in that video that I had it just dropped into the fuel jug.
And no.
But it was not submerged in the fuel. The fuel level in the fuel jug was very low. So it was not submerged. It was very precariously hung so that it would stay above the fuel in the fuel jug. So yeah, but I hear you.
What's that?
Whoa.
What's that?
That's the wire for the gas gauge.
You don't need no gas gauge.
I didn't say I needed it. You asked what it was. That's what it is. There we go. But we are getting there, slowly but surely. I don't think there's any reason, unless this tank leaks, that we won't be able to test this out here in a little bit.
Alright, so we'll be back to test it out.
I won't know if the fuel gauge works though, because I still haven't done the wiring harness in the back half of the car.
Dun dun dun.
So, there's that.
My goodness. My goodness.
Well, the fuel system is all plumbed. I even went to the extent of making a pretty little hard line. Leave my pretty little hard line. It comes off my carburetor, drops down over here to my fuel filter. For the now, because I have a stock style fuel pump on here, I am stuck with rubber lines off the fuel pump because it's got hose barb on it. So not much I can do about that. But from there back to about halfway down the car is braided line. The same stuff we used on Paige's car. And then from there to the tank, from about the halfway point to the tank, it's also aluminum hard line because that's what was already in there from when I did the fuel line a little while back. That portion was still there, so kind of got a mix of fuel line stuff, but it is minimal on the rubber stuff, so that's good. If we ever decide to go to the track and then want to be picky about tech, I have less than 12 inches of rubber fuel line in the car, so that's good. They would probably throw a fit over the trans cooler lines because those are rubber, but we're not going to worry about that. Excuse me. Don't do that on camera. Anyway, I'm going to throw some fuel in it. I don't have very much, but should be enough. Find out if it leaks and to get it to fire up, hopefully. Find out if we got fuel leaks anywhere. See if this carburetor will cooperate. Find out if we got about 2 gallons going into an empty tank. So it should work. Is there anything coming out of the car? I hope not. Oh, pretty sure I connected everything. Looking good?
So far.
Oh, that's good. Don't let them look too close. It's kind of yucky.
Oh, I'm gonna let them look as close as I can get.
One day we'll do a proper fix on a lot of the stuff, maybe. Right now, I'm just trying to get it out of the shop, make it drivable, and we're getting closer. Even if this does all go well, we're still not quite ready to leave the shop because still got to do the whole brake system.
You don't need brakes.
So, but there it is. That's probably about 2 gallons of gas. And, well, it's in the tank. That's a start.
Yeah.
This down. Oh, I should have left some to prime the carburetor with. Oh well.
Don't you have some in your barbecue sauce?
No, I put the sauce bottle, I put it back in the gas can.
How dare you?
So, I don't got nothing to prime it with. Alright, well, that's fine. We'll have to crank on it until it picks up fuel. Might even have to get the battery charger out. We'll see. Cable. Oh, I didn't do anything about the fact that that lower radiator hose was dripping.
Well, I thought you were
well.
gonna fix that, so because...
I didn't get to it. I forgot, right? And there's still water in it. We're good.
Alright.
We're good. I can still see the water.
Okay.
There's anything in the filter yet? No? Nothing in the filter yet. No puddles underneath.
Well, that's good.
Hopefully that pump's not shot. That would be annoying after all that effort.
Oh, I got fuel.
Fill in the carburetor.
Yep, it pumped it in there.
Okay, so we Good, that means the pump's not shot. Still don't got any fuel in the carburetor. Man, starter's gonna be grumpy. Fuel in the carburetor, squirter squirting. This should fire if everything's hooked up.
Got a little leak in the fuel filter.
Yeah, it's leaking a little bit out of the bottom of the fuel filter. I don't know if it's the fuel filter itself or maybe it's that section of line. I didn't replace that section of rubber line. That was the old section.
Well, if it is the fuel filter, you got a full bag of them.
Well,
over
that's a
there.
brand new fuel filter
Oh, okay.
out of the bag.
Okay.
So that's why I'm thinking maybe
It's probably the line then,
The
yeah.
line might have an issue because it's old, hard, and probably not sealing up well. But there we go. Carburetor's a little off. The idle's probably a little bit low. But getting the carburetor tuned up and getting the timing dialed in is going to be something for another video because we got other stuff we got to move on to today. But boy, does it sound good. Let's hit the key one more time. Just because. So I can say for certain that that carburetor already works much better than that AVS2 Edelbrock that was on there. Much more responsive right off the throttle, fires up better. That's gonna be good once we get that tuned in. It's gonna be a nice piece.
Yeah, the one that was supposed to go on my car.
Yep, well, look where it ended up, and isn't it nice? So, on that note, I think that's probably about gonna do it. Again, the fuel fitting stuff that I used was stuff by Evil Energy. I've got, well, look at those connections one more time.
I like how you showed him the box and the shipping label was over the.
That's okay. Yeah, no, I mean, all those fittings went together really nice.
Evil Energy.
Yeah, the line is this black. It's got a nylon braid, but it's got a stainless braid inside the nylon, so it doesn't tear you up. It's a PTFE line tube. You can use it for just about any fuel you want to use it for, whether it's diesel or E85 or gas like we're running on this. Good stuff. It goes together real easy. I didn't do a video on actually putting it together. If you want to see that, you'll have to check out the video on her car. I'll put a link to that down on the description below, and you can check out, there's more information on that Evil Energy stuff. But it's good stuff. It's available on Amazon, on Prime, and it's very reasonably priced. I'm real happy with it. And I mean, again, I put the fittings in, dry fit everything, hooked it all up, and the only fuel leak I have is at a rubber hose connection where it's old rubber hose at the fuel filter. So no issue with the AN fittings on that Evil Energy stuff. Spot on. So on that note, we'll see you guys on the next one.